Hey there, internet friends. Trevor Starkey back with another episode of Trevor Plays Baldur's Gate 3. In the last go-round, we made our way finally to Wyrm's Crossing outside of kind of Baldur's Gate here in Act 3. We went and enjoyed a circus that went bad. We started finding body parts of Dribbles the Clown and started basically trying to solve a series of murders that have been going on. In between episodes, didn't really do anything, so we're still here back at camp. I just swapped out Gale for Asterion to bring him back in. Oh, that's right. We also found Gale's cat and convinced it to stop eating pigeons, carrier pigeons. We're back here, and Wyll has something he wants to check in with us on, so we're going to go ahead and check in on that.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldur?
What a shame. Baldur's Gate has responsibility to the people in need.
As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
It seems Grand Duke Stelmane's been murdered. Did you know her at all?
I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim, I asked Father later. No, he said, a stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
I sense there's something more to this story, although I'm probably not going to do great on a persuasion check for it. But I guess I'll at least cast guidance. We'll see how it goes. Yep, nope, not going to do it. And this is not a thing I care enough to waste an inspiration on.
If there is, I'm not aware of it.
Any idea who could be behind the killing?
I couldn't say. But
Although
think
we
about this.
already saw them on the list
My
as part of the
father's
murder
temple,
we were trying to solve last time
Stelmane
around.
is
So
dead. The people are
basically
frightened and
Orin's
the council's in disarray.
group.
To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as Father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and just call it there. It probably would be good to bring him into the party for the next little bit, though, so maybe I will swap out Shadowheart for him. Because we're not going to do Shadowheart's, like, main quest stuff just yet. Where are you at, Shadowheart? There you are.
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed. Need to stay alert all the same.
Yeah, go ahead, and we should journey separately for now.
Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
Oh, this also means I'm gonna have to level up Wyll and figure out all his stuff, because I've not used him since level 5.
I have what is she capable of? And where? That's the spirit. Where am I needed?
Oops. There we go, there's a level up. Yeah, go ahead and take Fireball. That's always a good one. Sure. I remember what spells he has available. He's a Warlock, so it's pretty much just going to be Eldritch Blast most of the time anyway. Blight's a good one for him to take. Gain these extra spells. Let's see. Gain those spells once per long rest, and they don't expel a spell slot when cast. Sure, go ahead and take the Book of Ancient Secrets. Again, I probably won't really use you like enough to explore the what's really needed with each of these, but improvement-wise, let's see, what did we do last time? Last time we gave you Performer. That's right, so you can be like a bard. You know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and straight bump up your Charisma to a 20 max. Why not? Cone of Cold, yes. So like all these ones down here below Agonizing Blast were like, oh, I had these available in like the first go round. And we have like 2 new rounds of like added things. Sure, we'll go ahead and take bonuses in Deception and Persuasion. Fiendish Resilience. Choose a damage type and become resistant to it. Okay, cool. We're getting a new cantrip. Let's do Bone Chill. Keep enemies from healing themselves up. Flame Strike from the Hells of Avernus. Okay.
Still breathing, despite everything.
There we go. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and leave camp. And since I swapped out Shadowheart, no real need to actually take a full rest or anything.
Just remind you, I'm merely a spawn. It won't count. But if you want a true vampire, I'm happy to recommend one.
We didn't have Astarion in the party last time. So a couple vampires that were in here basically like bamfed away. I wonder if they'll be back now that Astarion is here with me. Nope, they're already gone. Alright. Well then, never mind. Okay, but yes, last time around we got our pass to the lower city. But also, we got our pass to lower city because some Iron Hands were helping. And I think that's what this guy's going to basically be like. Oh, they got away. Yeah.
We need to find where they burrowed themselves up. You an adventurer? Looking to pad your purse? Find their foxhole. Bring me their chief's head. The fist will reward you well.
Bring you their head. That sounds radical.
You'll change your mind once they kill innocent citizens. The only language they'll understand is that of intimidating violence.
I won't do it.
Then you're no friend of the fist. No matter, I'll find someone else. Most folks around here will do almost anything. You pay them enough.
If you're doing like a, an evil run, he's a fun guy to just shove off the cliff there, down below, instead of letting him, instead of talking to him, really. Yeah, I believe. Hey, look, footprints.
Leading right into that cave.
Yep, they just kind of came up in here. Oh, yep, and there they are, still running away. But since I've helped them so much over the course of the journey, pretty sure they're going to be pretty cool with me.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Alright, I'll go talk to the boss then.
Look, unless you're an expert in steel watcher gyroscopics, please get out of my light.
Bump Nagel. Oh, we got Thola there, who we helped by the Myconids. She was the one with, like, who'd been stabbed and had the drow poison, I think.
It stopped, but it'll happen again. It keeps happening. The shivering, shaking, quaking. Don't you feel it?
Yes, it keeps happening. What is it?
There's something underneath the city, inside the rock. But when I ask the stone why it shakes, it only screams. I want to go home.
Hey, it's Philomene.
Huh? You look different when you're not trying to talk someone down from igniting a barrel of rune powder. Chuck your questions at Wyrm. That's his job. I can make time for chatter after you know what's what.
Hey there, Wyrm.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope.
Gortash is a dead man. I have my own reasons for taking him down.
As long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me. We have a common enemy. But neither of us gets what we want until we deal with our biggest obstacle. The Steel Watch. They're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it.
Why put the blame on the Gondians?
They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given a chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit.
What was the plan?
Same as it always is. eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A room powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wyrm, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barcus. The adults are talking.
Barcus has a point. This sounds like mass murder.
It's liberation. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are.
Gortash is the enemy, not the Gondians. I'll find another way.
There is no other way. But I believe in second chances. When you come crawling back here, and you will, we can talk.
And you believe in second chances, except for the Gondians. And where'd Barcus go? He was here. He was just right there. Okay. Oh, there he is. Hey, Barcus.
A rune powder bomb? Huh. What the devil has he become?
A fanatic with no thought for innocent life.
The Wyrm I know. The one who skipped rocks with me in the Underdark. He's still in there. I know it. But his hate for the Gondians has blinded him. He believes they work for the Absolute willingly. But it's not true. I'm sure of it. Something is wrong. Very wrong. You did well refusing Wyrm's proposition, but I fear he'll find some fool who'll plant his bomb. The Gondians deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces. Please, find out what's going on.
All right, I'll speak to them.
That's all I ask. Questions first, violence later. And only if absolutely necessary.
In my previous playthrough, I don't remember if Barcus died. Like, I don't think I ever saved him from the windmill the first time. I actually might have accidentally, like, flung him from the windmill. I might have, like, released the wrong thing. Instead of, like, releasing the brake for him, I think I released, like, the release brake, so it just went faster and he went flying off.
Now you've spoken to the big man?
If he did survive, he definitely did not survive Last Light In, so he was not here to try and talk sense into me slash
and that I didn't have to use that
Wylgrin.
rune powder to make a point.
Glad I could diffuse the situation.
Funny. You're gonna need that sense of humor here. Might have overheard you talking to Wylgrin. Sounds like you got cold feet.
Do you realize how many people could get hurt by this?
Listen, I'd gladly incinerate this entire basement and everyone in it if it meant taking out the Gondians once and for all. There's no place for your bulk in here. Pick a side or get out.
Alright, Bumpnagel.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work.
Do anything to trade?
Only if you're quick.
Alright. I'll go ahead and take some smoke powder arrows, because they're always good. A good get. I don't have any gnomes, halflings, or dwarves, so it doesn't really help me out too much. Grab some arrows of many targets. And an arrow of dragon slaying. This probably would have been a better conversation to have with either Asterion or Wyll, but, you know,
Now
so be
let
it.
me get back to it.
Bigger discounts. Alright. So there we go. We got a quest to either eliminate or investigate what's going on with the Steel Watch. I know how one of those plays out, so I'll probably be trying to evaluate a different option this time around. Also, we still got a couple of places up here on the outskirts that we didn't check out. Including, I believe, like a camp of people I didn't talk to at all last time around. Where are they? Up here, I think, yeah. Yeah, a little encampment of Gur folk. Yep. So as a reminder, way back when, again, this might not have been on camera, but we killed a Gur hunter that was after Asterion, like a Gur monster hunter.
So few of us left. Our strength was never numbers. But the hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
Rechtei Hathran Rust. Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Vald Iskablast.
He recognized the funeral rites of the Gur people, the same monster hunters you met in the Hag Swamp.
There we go.
Their leader is burning the possessions of those who have fallen.
Im Orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun.
Oh, they know who he is this
We
time.
have been looking for you.
What do you want with Astarion?
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future. When we sent Gandrel after you, we wanted to interrogate you, to discover how to save our children, and then destroy you. But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
Yes, Astarion's free now.
Free. Not while his master still lives. But he has perhaps earned a second chance. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
How can you be sure, Astarion?
I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them. If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
If Astarion won't help you, then I will.
God damn it. Fine. If nothing else, at least killing Khazad-dûr will feel good.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done.
All right, there we go. So yeah, didn't talk to them at all last time, and so I was very surprised when they showed up after some events because I was like, I have no idea who these people are. Sure, I'll give the potion of animal speaking to Wyll.
We'll make something out of it.
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was odd, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
With me.
Oh, I see. Compliments in return for the picnic, is it? Maybe I'll take that drink after all.
Fine day for it, eh? Got to enjoy things while they last, I suppose.
Sure.
Can I help you? This is a private picnic.
Oh, we've got a blood trail. Let's see. I think this is... Yeah, I think the blood trail's going up this way, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, let's follow this little blood trail, see where it leads. Spoilers, I kind of already know where it leads, but... I think that screaming within is where this blood trail leads.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
No, this time it actually is blood, yeah. Abandoned windmill. All right. Oh. Somebody turned.
Before you lies the unconscious body of a mind flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate.
Doesn't feel very fortunate.
Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak, vulnerable. Its potential ripe for harvesting. Go on. Kill it. Absorb its power.
I mean, I'm probably not going to do well on a stealth check. Oh, hey, no, I have stealth. Well, I have proficiency in stealth. I have disadvantage from the armor. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how this plays out. Because I almost never do something that has disadvantage. All right. Oh, and hey, we still pass the check just fine.
You pick your way silently through the loose rocks and broken masonry until you're a safe distance away.
I mean, I don't want to leave him here though. So yeah, I guess we gotta kill him so he doesn't like attack anybody else. We'll wake him up though and give him a fighting chance. See if he shows any signs of breaking the thrall.
You? What are you? What am I sensing? You are like me,
like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry.
Was it you I heard screaming when I entered the windmill?
My vessel. He fought the transformation. He found it excoriating. I can still taste his terror. It is delicious, but will not sustain me. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength.
I'm not going to bring you food.
Very well, kin. I shall dine on you.
I don't think this is going to play out the way you think it's going to play out. Especially when all 4 of us rolled better than you on initiative. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just kind of pop over here. Do a whole bunch of damage there. Make room for someone else.
Eat it.
Blood comes easy these days.
There we go.
The creature was born recently. Its mind is still fresh. You can absorb its potential if you consume it.
I don't want to do that now. Ring of Truthfulness. Gain advantage on insight checks. True Soul Alien, your time has come. The absolute calls to all faithful, and you have been faithful indeed. Leave your barracks, leave your armor, leave all insignia of rank behind. You are part of the Flaming Fist no longer. You've been a loyal true soul, but soon you'll be so much more. You will be one of us. Final warning. Oh, it's just for the guy who used to own this windmill. And did this guy bring any of his stuff? Nope, doesn't look like it. All right. I think we've explored enough of these other little bits.
Great headline.
Yo, Will, you want to play some music for the people here? Have we given you a musical instrument at all? Probably not, since we never use you. Okay. Oh yeah, you do have the spider's lyre. Okay. Play the power.
Great headline.
Alright, you stopped playing the power immediately. What happened? Nope, nope, don't want a concussive smash. There we go. Let's see if he passes his check. Hey, he succeeded on a performance check. Since I don't have any bards in this party and in my other parties, I've not gotten the achievement for like earn 100 gold by performing.
Great headline.
I've heard much worse. Well, thank you. Do you know nobles have a certain spice? I don't think I do. Oops. Alright. Yeah, it's probably just... There we go. Stop playing. And hey, they threw some coin. Excellent. Go ahead and pick up the gold. Oh, they hit Karlak with coin, so she was like a little dodgy, a little woozy. Well, thank you, Wyll, for the gold. Let's go ahead and use this search to pick it up all easier. There we go. Great. Good job, Wyll. Oh, and that steel watch that the Iron Hand gnomes flash banged before, still out of it. Oh, you know what else we can do while we're here?
How is the rat diet going?
It may soon come to an end if you don't shut your mouth.
Isn't right.
Oh, I don't. I'm gonna need to go get Lae'zel for a thing eventually. Because Voss was like, hey, come find me at Sharess's Caress. I think that only happens if Lae'zel is in the party. But there's another person around here, I believe, if I can find them. Find where they are. Oh, there we go, up the stairs. Oh, okay. There's Voss.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Did you just cure me of the tadpole with a click of your fingers?
Wouldn't that be exquisite? But no. I'm afraid the tadpole is still there. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. The Illithid can't hear us.
Huh. What's the catch?
Then speak freely. Tell me why you brought me here.
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away. Which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
The Astral Prism?
In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prism that you need, not the Illithid, the Gith. I can give you the means to break him free.
Go on.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
What are you hoping to get out of all this?
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain.
What exactly is the crown?
Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting. And Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one. Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
The idea of you ruling all 9 hells doesn't fill me with joy.
The hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them.
Why haven't you got hold of the crown already?
It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
Must really annoy you that some mortals managed to steal the crown when you couldn't.
Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Karsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
It's a good thing I don't have Lae'zel with me right now, because she'd be like, "Of course we must take it. We must free Orpheus." I'd rather destroy the crown than risk it falling into the wrong hands again.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
No deal, Raphael. I'm leaving.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
Nope. He straight up kicked me out. Okay.
There you are. I thought I lost
yeah.
you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
It was Raphael.
Raphael? Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you?
He knows how to free Orpheus.
How interesting. No doubt he impressed upon you the need to do so. And what did he want in return for this knowledge?
He wanted the crown. Crown that the brain is wearing.
Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea.
Which is why I did it the first time around.
You turned him down.
I turned him down.
Good. I am glad. But be careful. The devil is like a cockroach. No matter what you do to it, it will always come back. I doubt this will be the last time you are approached. I trust that you will continue to remember who is really on your side. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
So one of the rooms here, Shress's Crest, Elminster's Library. We've got one that's the Nymph's Grotto. Basically like themed sex rooms. Alright, Kithrak Voss. I will go ahead and swap in Lae'zel real quick for this conversation with Kithrak Voss. But don't worry, Karlak, I'll come right back to get you.
Raphael must be raging we didn't take his deal. Luckily, his desperation made him careless. Did you hear what he said? The hammer's in his house of hope. If we wanted, we could steal it right out from under his nose. Granted, it wouldn't be easy. Devils guard their treasure by especially lethal means.
What do you suggest?
We would need to find a diabolist. One worth their salt should be able to get us into that devil's lair. One last trip to Avernus. At least it'd be for a good reason, right?
Yep. Alright, you stay behind.
Really? Really, really?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, fine. I'll be here eating dirt or whatever.
Lae'zel. Where are you at, Lae'zel? Oh, yeah, we got our little owlbear and dog over there. There's Isabel and them. Where the heck is Lae'zel? There she is.
I'm listening.
I'd like you to join me.
Done.
There we go. You, I told you to leave.
I could.
Absolutely not. We've hit our quota for mangy strip.
But I won't make it that long on my own.
I already told you no. I meant it.
But all right, I'll go. But you'll see. You should have said yes. You'll wish you said yes.
For whatever reason, Lae'zel's art isn't popping up. Okay, let's talk to the cat. Oh, no, not gonna let me talk to the cat, apparently. Alright, well, fine. Just go talk to Kithrak Voss.
Assume nothing.
How did you start down there? Where even are you? You were in a locked cellar.
Looking ahead.
Yeah, I have no idea where she even is.
Action, not reaction.
Guess we gotta try and lockpick this? There we go. Weird. Alright. We have a quick...
Tadpole reveals your mind to Lae'zel.
There you go.
She knows you refused to bargain with Raphael.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it. Why?
Because we don't need the deal. We can take the hammer from the House of Hope.
I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. You chose the brambled path. I'm annoyed by it. And I admire you for it. We must speak with Voss. Then we find our way to Raphael's House of Hope. We'll take the Orphic hammer and use it to smash the true heir's bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashed. The Githyanki will be free.
me, Lae'zel. Tell me you took the Devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
No, I will find another way to liberate Orpheus.
I did not come this far for you to turn your back on the First Mother's son. And yet it seems I have no choice but to trust. There is but one prism, and you are its key. Find a way to retrieve the hammer and free Orpheus from the prism. I will assemble his remaining honor guard and plan our next actions. Together, we will yet free the true heir of Gith's blessed empire. He will free us from Vlaakith and lead our Kithraki against the Geich. Lae'zel, I will wait in the underground. Seek me when you have the hammer in hand.
Orpheus sensed the tadpole before and his guard attacked. Won't he attack if we free him?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Alright.
You are wasting your time and mine. Our true enemy is the Elder Brain. Focus your mind there.
I will say, when the reason I went ahead and grabbed her was because when I did, when we took the deal from Raphael and had the Orphic Hammer, Kithrak Voss also gave her a silver sword, super rare, legendary kind of weapon for the Githyanki. Basically like a beefed up version of her current sword stuff. Yeah, it would have been basically a better version of this kind of thing.
Alright, what now?
Alright. There's other little things I could pop into here and there throughout, but I'm going to just head into Baldur Gate proper.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Wyrm's Rock's closed for the day.
Not close to Duke Older Ravengard's own son, surely.
You having a laugh, devil boy? I know Ravengard, and last I knew, his spawn wasn't sporting those horns. The joke's on you. No entry. That's the end of it.
Investigator Valeria needs me in the lower city. Has serial killers on the loose?
Valeria? Well, I'm not messing about with a murder inquiry for damn sure. Straight ahead across the bridge. A blind ogre couldn't miss it.
Thank you. Lower City Pass, which I inadvertently sold last time around because it's not in your inventory as like a legendary kind of item or anything. So it was very much like oh, I had it, and then it popped, disappeared. And I had to go find where I sold it to and got it back.
Your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorn. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city.
The city will never be yours.
It already is. Granted, there are a few formalities to complete, but, well, why don't you come and see? Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Your way to the audience chamber.
Hells, not this again.
Please make your way to the audience.
If it isn't little Wyll, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Feeling cheeky, are we? Most unbecoming.
Heard about your father. The Absolute's puppet. A damned travesty, if you ask me.
He's upstairs in Wyrm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke.
A splendid party, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after.
Generals and dukes. We're not even pawns. Just dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
I guess we just walk straight up.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city.
Points taken. I'll keep things peaceful.
The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest Patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, what a moment. The Blade of Frontiers graces our halls. He is wearing his devilish best.
My father. He's here.
My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs. For the good of the people, I'm sure you understand.
Oh, I should have brought Karlach in for this.
Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that nether stone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorms, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
I'm not interested in bargaining with the likes of you.
The likes of you stand to benefit from the likes of me. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
What are you getting at?
Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
What do you propose?
I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my Steel Watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the Absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
An ally could be useful, at least for now. And when he's no longer useful, well, We can dispose of him then.
Yeah, let's go ahead and examine Gortash's body language. Man, might still get there. Yeah, I did. Just barely. On a
Gortash's
2.
eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
As allies, it seems none of you can be trusted. You, Orin, Ketheric.
So Ketheric was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise. But you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketheric and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me.
Therein lies the concern. I'll think about it, no promises.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
Yeah, it was the little girl. It was the little girl. That's why I told her not to join our camp. But the game forced her to us anyway.
Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
How am I supposed to find Orin if she can change her form so easily?
Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies.
I must go.
Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
I have no interest in this sham of a ceremony.
Then allow me to peek it for you.
Your brain twists and stretches under the Watcher's gaze. The pain almost brings you to your knees before fading.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Love that we had this whole conversation in full view of like all these other people.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Baldur's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
Prepare to object.
Don't. You will only invite his ire and your own death.
Enver Gortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
All right, there, Gortash is has taken the throne, so to speak. Let's see. Let's go ahead and talk to Mizora now.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated.
Already? I thought Gortash would want to keep him around.
I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Mizora's up to nothing good, that's for certain.
Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Toril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Mizora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to. Laser, have you ever done a good deed just for the sake of it?
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly. But you answered my question.
Alright, let's finally make our way to the lower city. So we've got Gortash telling us to go ahead and kill Orin. Surprise, surprise, Orin's going to tell us to kill Gortash whenever that happens. And hey, plan's probably to kill them both. We're here in Act 3 where the load times are a bit longer. Okay, there we got the waypoint checked. And also look at all these like quest points on our map. We've got murder target stuff. Got Devella there for the murder mystery stuff and more murder targets. Find the Night Song of the person that originally started the Night Song quest way back when. Murder target stuff. Yeah, that's more murder targets. And then Cazador's Place. Yep. I think further over here is where like the foundry is. Yeah. Lots of stuff to explore here now that we've made our way to Baldur's Gate. But first things first, let's go ahead. Actually, oh, we got like just an unconscious person there. Not cool.
You've the most exquisite eyes, golden as the sands of the Capra.
And you a soft skull. A Gaith tentacle will have no issues pushing through it.
Is that a compliment?
No, it is a fact. Life in this Fey rune is laughably weak.
I wonder if my old boots are still there.
There we go.
They could be of use to you.
We'll probably end up exploring that next time then, I think. But first... oh yeah, first things first, let's go ahead and talk to Devella up here.
Hold up, citizen.
Stelmane's
If they crime
a place to receive clients and informants.
You can let them pass.
It's as I remember it.
So, this place locked.
I wonder if any of these rooms are available to rent.
Something missing.
Oh, bollocks! I told those idiots not to let anyone through. You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good.
Tizen, Adventure, Curiosity? Are you Devella? Valeria sent me.
To fetch her another bottle of mead, no doubt.
No, actually.
Yes, I'm Devella, the unfortunate colleague. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her.
Tell her about the murder target list you found.
Good. That's it. Proof that I was right. I've been working on an assignment, see? A research project of sorts. I knew my conclusions were sound, but this... I never expected this. I'll tell you what I know. A century ago, there was a man, Saravok Anchev. He was a child of the god of murder, Baal. He ruled the Iron Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret. It was the front for a deadly arms-dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal Temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed. And to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthal. For most, that was the end of it. But cults like that don't disappear overnight. That list you spoke of confirms I'm right. The Baal cult is back. And someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work.
What makes you think it's not Saravok himself?
I've not ruled out the possibility that it is Saravok himself. The brutality of the killings is certainly reminiscent of his work. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reference to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me, I've asked them. I tried to explain all this to my superiors, but they wouldn't have any of it. They told me to drop it. Told me the city doesn't need another conspiracy theorist and to get back to doing my job before they find someone else to do it for me. But you're not bound by such constraints. Oh, help me out here. Help the city out. I bet if you follow the trail of these murders, you will be able to unearth the truth of this resurgence.
What will you do in the meantime?
There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oath-bound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them?
Flaming Fist should be protecting everyone, not just upper city folk.
Not from round here, are you? We're in Baldur's Gate. This is just how things work.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the Patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck.
That might be worth a look.
That's why I walked over there, so we'd see it. Discarded wine bottle.
This wine's poisonous.
Master Metzel's Karabasin's gift. Yeah. So basically, there is our kind of our clue here. They're poisoned, aka because we saw in the last episode, Talking to Death, we basically found out that they had like a paralytic poison kind of going for them. And we also had a bloody signet ring here. Oh, I did not want to equip it, no. Why was that the default option there? The garnet embedded in this tarnished ring has been lovingly polished, the band worn thin from use. Oh shit, I don't know what I had equipped before that. Well, we'll go with Ring of Shadows instead. Oh, a map of murder, eh? Map of the city bears a single marker, the location of one murder site where the slain were arranged into a grotesque tableau. Investigate the murders, yes. Alright. And now that we've got that checked out, let's see about renting a room.
Yes, I've been told I'm quite scintillating.
Have you really?
No.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is.
Looking for a place to stay.
I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over.
For only 200 gold pieces? Yeah, sure.
Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.
Hey, we got Lacrissa.
Well,
one of the tieflings from
Bugbear dragged in. Can't believe
elsewhere.
we both made it to the city,
Yeah, there we
and
go.
with our limbs attached.
What are you doing here?
Working. What else? Alan's short on coppers. The counting house is screwing him over. He was willing to hire anyone who'd work for cheap, and I'm nothing if not cheap.
Never call yourself cheap, Lacrissa. You are priceless.
Oh, you are smooth, hero. I knew there was a reason I missed you. I need to get back to work, but stick around. You brighten the place up. Heading to the
Well,
room.
thanks.
Sort your own drinks in the meantime.
Does that mean Elvira is here too somewhere? Perhaps. We've got a potential. It's alluded to that this is a Grog and Pike reference from Critical Role's Vox Machina, especially because Dame Guisarme, Guisarme, I believe, is the French for a pike or something like that. Yeah. Well,
From one warrior to another, I must say,
It's just embarrassing the way the Flaming Fist lets this murderer go around killing people and getting away with it.
You don't think the fists are up to the task?
They used to be capable enough, but they've gotten slow and lazy. Corruption makes you soft.
Very fair. How would you deal with it?
I'd start a special crime unit. A half-dozen hard cases. Grab some likely losers in the back alleys and beat on them until we got some answers. Commander Portier says she already has some investigators she trusts. Soft-talking namby-pambies, I'd wager. But when they fail, and they will, count on it, she knows where to find Dame Gizarm. And then it'll be my turn.
Alright, and you, Bombasto?
I sure wouldn't want to be one of the Flaming Fists. They got the shittiest job in town. Believe me, I know something about knocking heads together.
Alright, but we got a room rented. And real quick before we head into it, let's follow Lacrissa upstairs. Hey, there's Alfira.
I fight to save lives.
Ah, you found my hiding spot. Not a word to Alan. He doesn't believe in things like breaks. Or eating.
Lacrissa, I'd be more than happy to help you out at work. I could...
No, focus on your music. Besides, I'll be living a life of luxury when your school takes off.
You two are very cute together.
Right? I keep telling her that.
Lacrissa!
All right, the hero and I will stop teasing. For now.
I'll never get tired of this view.
Same here.
Oh, it's not giving me an option to help them?
I'll never get tired of this.
Same here.
Okay. Well, hey, that's nice that they made it here to Baldur's Gate together. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw all this Asterian's way. The true and impossible something something. True and impossible adventures of Tenebro Morrow. Got it. Okay. Alright. Well, now we come in here. And now we can actually get in here. And this is effectively our camp now. While we are here in the city for Act 3. I told you to leave.
Hi. I could...
Absolutely not. We've hit...
But... I won't make it that long on my own. But,
Where are you going? You're just walking around the place. Oh, hey. I never came here with them while they were still with me, I think. Dame Alan and Isabel here in Camp
Come to
Still.
bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
How do you intend to spend your newfound freedom? I think I've
am
already asked her
free
before
from
this.
my bonds, but not my
Yeah, there we
duty.
go.
The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Keeping very well, I hope?
What do you do now that your father is gone?
Look after my angel, of course. She's been through more than I can bear to think about. 100 years in the Shadowfell. 100 years being murdered by Sharans over and over. It fills me with a rage I can hardly contain. She's a formidable woman, my Aelin. but no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now, and I intend to help her through whatever's to come. We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city. We are your allies, for life.
I'd like to know what happened between you and your father, Ketherick.
I mourn the man I knew. He was wonderful. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished.
I feel like I've already heard this
He
too
was
before.
everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. This was different. It was like I could see my fate in her eyes. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... and this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. He told me we'd be together now. Said Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors that plagued my
Remarkably
home.
well preserved.
He's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died. The man he became... that wasn't the father I knew. The one I loved so very much.
All right. Yeah, we've got, so we've got like our companions over here, Asterion, Gale, Karlak, Lae'zel, our traveler's chest, Withers. Got Shadowheart, Jaheira, Wyll, and Halsin. I definitely thought, oh hey, our little owlbear friend. And obviously, yeah, Scratch is out there around there too. Yeah, because I didn't have Halsin my last go around. Oh, and hey, look, there's room for one more, or bed for one more. AKA Minsk, should we find him, I believe. Yeah, Mizora said she was going to be here, so let's go see if sleeping brings her here.
Sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
Just what are you up to? No, interesting. I don't recall sending out invitations to the Sisters of Justice.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernus contractus te vocamus.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
Then break it already. Wyll doesn't need to wait 6 months.
No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Wyll.
Silence, Karlach.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
What happens to Wyll's powers if he breaks the pact?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
Break the pact, Wyll. You deserve your freedom.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beatur.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Hey, got an achievement for a loophole. Break Wyll's pact with Mizora. Because yeah, I did not do that in my first go round. I was in a deal with the devil making mood last time. So we made the deal with Raphael, and I made the deal with Mizora to basically free or save Wyll's father. And then accidentally ended up killing Wyll's father anyway. So it didn't really play out all that well. But she did specifically note, specifically didn't note, when Mizora, or when Wyll's father will fall to his enemies.
Gods.
Just heavily implied that it was immediate.
By Mizora's leash, and I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
You're your own man, Wyll. It's better this way.
I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Ravengard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
Your father's not dead yet, Wyll. Maybe there's a way to save him.
I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
What's our next step then?
We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds. And the city from the brain.
Alright. But I also still have... Oh yeah, Mizora is just here in camp
Little
now.
Wyll's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into.
That's it then. Duke Ravengard's dead?
Well, not exactly. But it's only a matter of time. Don't be too hard on Wyll. I'm sure he carefully weighed the pros and cons. Pro, freedom. No more Pact, no more hellbound soul. Con, killing off his own father, Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke, and forever altering the city's future. I would have done the same thing in his shoes. But what do I know about heroes?
I don't get it. If Wyll isn't your warlock, why stick around and give him your power?
Just because he's not my pet doesn't mean he's not useful. The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
Alright. You've left Karlach alone. Didn't you want her dead? What changed?
You are an inquisitive one.
Well, if you're gonna stick around my camp now, yeah.
Figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious.
Speaking of...
I figured it out. Exactly what I want to do with you.
Oh, wonderful. Your wish is my command.
I want to go on a date. A first date. No weapons, no monsters, no mysterious voices. Just you and me and dinner. Please say yes.
Of course. I'd love to go out with you.
Yes! Oh, amazing. Put on your least bloody tunic and meet me back here. Oh, I'm so excited!
Yeah, let's just do that now, I
Give
guess.
me a beat to run ahead. I want to make sure everything's absolutely perfect. See you there. Hi. Hi. You made it. You look nice.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. Baldurian seafood stew. No, thank you. What do you think you'll have?
The grilled roth rib sounds good.
Just what I had in mind.
Huh?
2 of the Rothe ribs, please. And 2 glasses of...
Beer? Yeah, let's do beer.
And 2 glasses of beer. So, you're an adventurer, right? How's that going?
Pretty straightforward. Kill the monsters, save the townfolk, bish bash bosh.
Kill the monsters, save the townsfolk, sweep the local hell beast off her feet?
That was an unexpected and very welcome twist. No, you're not a hell beast, you're a hell champion.
You speak true. And now I'll claim my reward for my labors escaping the evil archdevil. You. God, so terrible at this. This was supposed to be a first date, but it's all I can do to keep my hands to myself.
Speak for yourself. I'm being very good indeed.
Show me your ways.
So where did you grow up?
Right here in Baldur's Gate, more or less. My folks are long gone now, but they raised me in the outer city. Dad was a porter in town, Mum did laundry. Still think of her when I smell clean sheets. We were poorer than dirt, but my gods, we had fun. What about you?
I'm from Baldur's Gate too. I wonder if we ever crossed paths.
Might have, if you spent any time in the outer city. We didn't exactly hide ourselves under a bushel. Oh, hey, here comes our food. Hey, Henk, I think we ordered the...
It's a bleeder.
worst guy I ever met. Anyway, how about a toast? Oh, shit!
You can use my glass. To us.
May we live every day like it's our last.
Aw.
Because you never know when your last will come. Oh, that was great. The food and the company.
Lovely having a normal evening amid the chaos.
Whatever do you mean? We're just two normal people living normal lives. Very, very normally. I know I can't stay forever. Here. With you. In fact, I feel like I don't have long left at all. We've been through so much, and the worst is yet to come. I have every reason to feel terrified, hopeless, like giving up. But to be here, with you, in the city I love, in this world that I love so much, it's all I could really ask for. You hear me? You're all I could ever ask for. I love you. And I know that whatever else this city will throw at us, we can handle it.
I love you too.
Come on. There's something I want to show you upstairs.
After you?
No. After you.
Oop. More sexy times for the two of them that I believe are going to fade to black. Alright, they're just going to have a nice little night's sleep together. Aw. Go on a date with Karlach. Now that's playing with fire. How charming. You know what? Rather than talk to Gale, I'm going to go ahead and call the episode there. It's a nice little tender way to end this episode. So yeah, we broke Wyll from his contract. We went on a nice little date with Karlach there. We saw Gortash be ordained Archduke. So yeah. I guess we'll see where this starts to continue next time around. Thank you for joining me. You can find new Let's Plays from us every Tuesday and Thursday here on youtube.com/thatnerdysite. As always, stay nerdy and be good to each other.